Hello and welcome to Weave the Tale.
Tail.
Yes. We are back with episode 6 of Morra, here on Weave the Tale with these amazing cast members, who obviously we had to turn down some amazing actors. I'm trying to think of some really good ones, and all I can think of Tom Cruise, which isn't like the best actor in my opinion. But nonetheless, these people are infinitely cooler, more qualified, and that is why they were chosen for this amazing TV series here at Ravenswood Academy. So definitely sub and such in order to continue to get the channels and amazing TV shows, episodes that we're doing. But everyone, welcome. I am Penny for a Tale, but we're going to go round robin to all these amazing, talented, wonderful people. Yeah, check them out. So starting with Rocket Fox.
Hello, I am Rocket Fox. You can find me hither and thither. And I just looked at chat and saw about eating the grated cheese out of a bag, and I have all the respect. And yeah, I'm so jealous. I'm legitimately jealous right now. But yeah, if you look up Rocket Fox anywhere, you'll find me in my channel. Got some podcast stuff. That's not what you want to hear right now, though. You want to hear that I am going to be playing Lilith, and she loves animals, more specifically turning people into animals or their organs into bees. Organ bees. But as we discovered last episode, she really likes inviting random strangers who are not humans to live in the house. So that is another thing she likes doing. It will turn out well, I'm sure. That will never once come back to haunt us. That's all.
Yeah. Oh man, which reminds me, I need to notify Philly to see if we can get Gritty on for a couple of seconds would be great. I will contact. If that happens,
I will lose my mind. I will die of joy. I will die of joy.
That's good. I think that's the whole point of Gritty, is for people to die of joy or fear, whichever is your preference, and we're for
both?
it.
Why not?
Yes.
Both? Yep.
Why not both? And going on to the most handsome of people, Resident Moon.
I love being called handsome. So hi, I'm Spencer, Resident Moon, and I do audio and stuff, especially on this platform. Well, sort of. I do the Weaver's Circle podcast for Weave the Tale. If you haven't checked it out, we're on a current break right now, but we will be coming back after this season has ended to talk to all the casts. It's going to be super cool, so keep your eyes peeled for it. Anyway, I am playing Joaquin Perry, affectionately known as Keen by everybody. And, yay. Thank you. Anyway, my brain hurts because Keen has a boyfriend now. And it's kind of awesome, and Keen is trying really hard not to be like goofy grinning the whole time, but is secretly super stoked. It is canon that Keen is the top, and nobody can tell them otherwise. Yeah, and haven't heard from Squat in a while, but I've been wearing different hats now to give Squat some privacy, because privacy's necessary. He said he was going on a date, then I went on a date, and things turned out. That's me.
Excellent. And the one who is currently drinking, Almost Faye.
Hi, I'm Almost Faye. Faye, if you're nasty. Dang it. The first time no. Yes! The first time I did that, I got that sort of reaction. I was hoping to get that again.
Always.
And I'm playing Eris, the resident troublemaker. That's basically, like, in this game and as with real life, I exist to cause chaos. Yeah.
True.
Oh my god, no. Oh yeah,
This
and
is why
Eris
we
somehow
should
became
have the chat up.
Yeah, don't look at
Eris,
chat.
Eris also somehow became a god last session, which was fun. And
Yeah.
Faye has
How
run
does
out
that
of
feel?
juice, and
Yeah, how
it's
does it
tough
feel
to
to be a god?
But if you
Hell
get
yeah.
the people, apparently
Yeah.
I'm a god in multiple levels because apparently there's only 2 genders. The only genderless being is a god, so fuck it. And it goes against human nature to be asexual. So once again, anything that does not experience sexual attraction is therefore a god. So I'm winning at life.
So does that mean because Keen is also non-binary and has claimed to be the god of death for these creatures that's why they are also a god? Got it. High five, deity.
You're all gods.
Fuck
Yeah.
Eh.
All right, and swooping on over to Am. What up?
There we go, unmuted. Hi, I'm Am. I'm also an audio type person. And I am playing Actia, who is actually, if you think about it, mostly a god unless she feels a very close personal relationship with someone, and then she's not a god for a little bit, and then she goes back to being a god. But I am excited to see what is going to happen with... Mitch has just given me a storyline straight out of a YA novel, and honestly, it's what my little heart needs right now. I'm real excited about it. I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah. And of course, thank you to all of our sponsors, and thank you to those watching on YouTube. Giving you love a little bit later, but much love. Much love. And thank you for all of our sponsors, of course. Mighty Norwell Games, who of course did Morra. Later today, Spongy Games for Parsling's Arakuna Media, or Arakuna Media for Nibiru, which showed for its 3 episodes a couple weeks ago. Black Void Games for, of course, Black Void, which now has a Roll20 attached to it, so make sure to check that out on the Roll20s. And, of course, The Great American Witch by Christopher Gray and Evil Hat Productions, which sponsored the Fate of Cthulhu, as well as another show that is coming up post-Hence. So yeah, super excited about all these amazing shows. I definitely thank you, sponsors, so much for this opportunity. It's amazing. But we're about to get into the nitty-gritty. All right. So today, this morning, whenever you wake up, whether it's the morning or the afternoon, you receive a hummingbird who is carrying a letter.
Oh, I guess I'll take it. Since I'm up and drinking my coffee.
Excellent.
What do we got? What's it say?
Opening it. The lights flicker. Gets a little bit dark. You see several hands start to reach out from the envelope as if something is scratching its way out.
Can I help you?
Out. Are you going to help the hands?
No, I'm asking. I'm asking the hands. Like... taking my wand as some pliers and just like peeking in but holding it away from my face.
Excellent. You see a pair of blue eyes shining from within the envelope, mighty fangs, and then out comes a little dust sprite. Very, very small, very cute. Just kind of this collection of dust and stuff. It might make you sneeze. Who knows? Your nose always feels tickled looking at such a thing. And it says in its little voice, "Hello, I have
Hi.
an announcement from the head person."
Oh, okay. What is the announcement?
I need to speak with Keen, Lilith, Actia, and the god Eris.
Okay. Do you have ears? Because if
That's a
you do,
big
you should
question.
plug them. You should
don't-
plug whatever hearing orifices you have. Hang on. Hey,
And
get
it
your
puts his
butts
little
down
fingers in
here.
his mouth.
and I yell for everybody to get down here.
Lilith will emerge. What? What do you want? Why are you yelling? Why are you always yelling?
We have a message from the head person, the principal, whatever.
I don't know if I want
Actia's
to hear
head
it.
out her door. What did we do? What did Eris do?
I did
It's a good
nothing.
message
Get-
or a bad message.
Get down here, we'll find out together.
Well, I
Lilith,
bet it's because we used
don't-
magic in the town.
Ah,
mean-
shit.
Lilith is like just like very.
Y'all had one
obviously
rule.
not wanting to, but she'll be there. She'll be there.
okay,
Eris
Yeah,
Fred.
you see
go
this
down-
little
That's-
this little dust mite with his fingers and hand in his mouth. Like,
I'll indicate to him. You can. I'm done yelling now.
oh,
I just didn't want to hurt
okay.
you.
Excellent. You four who stand before me now, I have a great and unprecedented announcement to make. You all have detention.
What?
Is there a reason given?
For unauthorized use of magic outside
Yeah.
Yeah.
the castle and scaring a teenager.
What teenager? I don't know any teenagers.
Yeah. What teenager?
I don't know, it was
Okay.
just in the complaint.
All right. Well,
Teenagers shouldn't have been in a
There
bar.
shouldn't have been
That's
any
what.
teenagers in the bar.
okay.
Lame.
Well, it's fair though.
Mr. Dust Mite person?
Yes.
Is this a permanent record kind of deal? Or
Let me check. And you see the blue eyes just kind of roll back in its head as it sits there.
Oh.
we should probably ask for his name.
I don't know if I want to know.
Well, I mean, we should be polite. I mean, we did act in the greater good, so maybe it won't be that severe.
Not on your permanent record, Actia, but the principal did spill coffee on part of it, so your records are stained.
Oh, stained.
I can live with this.
Eris would go over to the fridge.
He just like tries to hide the laugh.
Eris would go over to like their fridge and like grab a bag of grated cheese and start eating from it before realizing, oh, I'm being rude. And then walk over to the little dust guy and like, you want some?
So when you open the door,
Jeez.
you see your beloved servant, Smelmo, in the fridge, just kind of hunkered in the corner, and it hands you the cheese.
Why are you in the fridge, buddy?
Why not?
That is a
And it
very
looks at
fair
you as
point.
it closes the fridge.
The fridge belongs to Snellmo now. And
Okay.
Eris would still go over to the little dust sprite with a tiny handful for them. Would you like some?
Woo!
It's cheese. And Eris would give them the cheese. It's great.
Yeah, it
Eris,
kind of
you never
places
offered
it
me
on its
cheese.
head.
You don't deserve cheese.
Ah!
He
Fine,
has
I
to
think
deliver
you
some
deserve
hard
cheese,
news,
Lilith.
so
Do you want some cheese?
um
I thought you were vegan.
Well, I still want to be offered cheese.
Are you vegan or are you not?
What day is it? Was it Thursday?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, on
we also-
Saturdays, I'm not.
I thought we ate
Apart from
demons
wine.
last week.
Mm,
so
Saturdays
We
are my
ate
cheat.
demons.
I mean, Discount Gritty raises his hand as he pops out from behind the couch. Lilith, if you would like vegan cheese, I can procure some for you.
I would love some vegan cheese. Thank you.
Gertie, would
Excellent.
you like some cheese?
No, I will be content with this vegan cheese that I'm about to acquire. And you see him start to
so-
sidestep towards the door.
yeah, that's a thing. Dustmite friend, do you have a name? Like, I feel bad calling you just Dustmite friend.
No, it's fine. I don't really have very long to consider my existence or the naming of myself. I have less than a
Got
minute
it.
to live, and then I will
Got it.
be
So-
what I was before. Why are you cutting off my words? These last words and moments that are important to me. I'm sorry, you were going on? Go ahead.
I was gonna ask what time and where is the detention.
The time is 5 minutes from now. The
Hurry.
where is down the hallway. Follow the red door.
This sounds like a horror film. Eris leaves and starts walking down the hallway in their pajamas with their cheese.
And a little dust mite
He
grabs
is-
its dusty tummy and then falls flat on the ground and
Oh. Oh no.
now it's just a
No.
pile of
least he got
dust
to
and
taste-
cheese.
Oh.
At least he got to taste cheese before he perished.
Oh,
Those
this is a difficult day
children-
already.
And from to dust he will.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty much like if you went through your house and swept and created a pile, but then left that pile on the floor. That is now what you have, but with the addition of cheese.
Floor cheese.
Nope.
Floor cheese.
Don't do it.
No,
Don't do it.
absolutely not.
It's Thursday. It's not my cheat day.
Okay. I will scoop up the thing and take it outside and just be like, you had a purpose and you served it. Now be with your brethren in the beyond.
Just-
Should we give them a name as we send them away? Oh, bye.
and just like in the Lion King, it spells out bye.
Being in a relationship
Well-
has got you real soft, Keen.
Shut up.
It's kind of true. You have gotten really soft in the past, like, day.
Nope. I look at these guns. Look at these guns. I am not soft.
Lilith is gonna poke
Bless
me.
you. Very handsome.
It's like their arms are actually super muscular, and their back and shoulders are also super muscular from all the hammering and tinkering and stuff. So, yeah, beefy.
The hammer.
Very beefy. Yeah, the hammering.
I don't know. There might be a little
You're a
Beefy
liar.
handsome.
softness, just a little hint. Just,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Mhm.
I'd watch out if I were you. That's what romance does to you.
I have things to say. I'm not going to say them because I don't want to hurt your delicate ears. So yeah.
My ears aren't delicate. Your ears are
Yes, they are.
delicate. Yes, your ears are delicate. That's right. And
All
Lilith is
right.
going to start going toward the red door. Come on, delicate ears. We have to go to detention.
Yes.
Yeah,
Twinkle
like the
toes.
moment you step in the hallway, you notice that there's a red door down the hallway that never was there before, just past the RA room.
Oh no.
Actia, are you coming?
Oh yeah, she's on her way.
Yeah, good.
What's
All right,
behind the
excellent.
red door?
I don't.
Who opens it first? Who touches the doorknob?
I
It's
think
copper
Eris
form.
went in.
Yeah.
Eris did. Eris left ahead of all of us, so.
Eris
Just
is
in-
very much like wrapped up with a blanket around their shoulders and their pajamas. They ain't dealing with this bullshit. But yeah, they'd get the door first.
On the other side of this door, you feel rain hitting your face. Dirt, stone cobble beneath your feet. Before you stands a great and tall mansion, a tower, a castle of some sort, reaching up into the heavens. It's dark, it's night outside. There are black gates which surround this whole place. It seems to be on the precipice of a cliff of some sort. You hear the ocean water far out, but you don't see it.
I did
There are
not
candles
request
lit.
a day.
Mhm.
I did not request a day trip to Scotland, and Eris would just walk up to the entry door. Like, it's fucking cold.
He has read far
think
too many gothic romance novels. She's very excited.
Yeah, soon thereafter.
Oh no, it's so
Yeah.
horribly rainy. I hope there's not a handsome person inside the castle.
You do get a message
didn't-
from your friend
Mm.
that just says, have a wonderful day, and it gives you like a little breakfast gif on the phone.
Oh! I sent back all the different kinds of heart emojis with a glitter emoji on each side.
Excellent. The one thing you do notice, right? As you're looking, as you get this message, you notice that he signed it VH.
Oh.
VH?
VH.
I mean, my brain is bing, 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 but his probably isn't.
Van Halen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, there we go. So yeah, the gate has a giant A on it, and as you approach it, it starts to swing open. And there's not much distance between the gate and the entrance to the castle, though there is a lovely Volkswagen black, very long, almost hearse-like in the driveway of this place.
I'm gonna
Lilith's
look
gonna turn to
in
King.
the hearse. I just want to see. I want to see.
Yeah, Lilith is gonna, because I imagine Lilith and Keen came in around the same time. Lilith's gonna be just kind of creeping around Keen. Do you think there's a dungeon? Are they gonna put us in the dungeon? Is this detention in a dungeon?
How am I supposed to know? What?
You know stuff!
I don't know everything. I'm not omnipotent.
Well, you told those
Yeah.
little guys that you're a god. Come on.
I said I'm the god of death.
Ugh. There's Eris. Eris said they're a god too. gonna start watching.
But I'm looking in the car just to see like if there's somebody in there.
Looking through in the back, there is a well-built man about the maybe mid-30s. Lot of like military-esque equipment on him, but his like head is twisted all the way off for the most part.
Oh. I'd back away. Nope.
That's fair.
Hey Lilith, let's not go anywhere alone.
What? Lilith was like wandering around trying to find Eris, so she probably like 5 feet away, wandering around. What?
Get back here.
Eris was knocking on the front door.
Excellent. So, the door opens, and you hear a voice, delicate and quite chipper. Hello, Eris Lowry. Welcome to my castle. Looking around,
Is
though,
this
you don't
Scotland?
see anyone. Scotland adjacent.
Okay. Fine. May I enter?
You may. You and the other 3.
Eris would give a polite bow to the ether and step in. Just like, I'm being polite at the very fucking least.
Okay, now, you think what I'm doing is weird. Eris just bowed. Eris is being polite. This is weird.
I think it's the best course of action in an unfamiliar situation, and I'm gonna follow Eris in and do a very elaborate curtsy.
I'm on board with this. However, it's very weird.
There are reasons for the things that I do.
Okay. I respectfully thank you for giving us entrance to your house. And I bow.
Coming in, you see a small table with a piece of paper and a pen. There are 2 spiral staircases that go up, and a room to your left and to your right, each one with double mahogany doors. All right. Keen, is it?
That's me, yes.
Finished business, you and I. If you don't mind taking a look at the NDA before you and signing it, that would be great.
We have unfinished business? Okay.
We have to sign an NDA?
Yeah.
Just,
Or is it just Keen?
Just Keen. Just Keen.
Oh, okay.
Just me. Okay.
Yes.
What is the gist of this? Because I am actually going to read it, but like...
Yeah, it's basically the body that you saw. You are not to disclose the information to any authorities, etc., etc.
Sure.
And the punishment
One
is
less
just
thing
I
have to
will.
do.
Yeah, the penalty is just I will visit you.
Okay. Nope. One less thing I have to deal with. Okay. Signed. There you go.
Well, now that we're all here, I guess, why don't you go to the library?
Directions?
It's my understanding. To your right. It's my understanding that you 4 have been quite mischievous, at times naughty. And as part of my commission with the school, I am going to make you proper again.
In our defense, if I may, we were the actions that we took were for the protection of the patrons at the bar, including our fellow classmates. It was unavoidable to prevent loss of life.
I commend you on that, of course. But you're petitioning to the executioner, I'm afraid.
We're not dying today, though, right?
No, of course not.
Okay,
Punishment will
just
never
making
be that severe. Unless... let me check my documents again. I do have a few others who are coming later, and I need to make sure that that is not the punishment for you. Hold on.
Lilith is just immediately going to start...
It's okay. And, like, Keen will be like, it's okay, okay. You can call me a marshmallow. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. You're not gonna get your head chopped off. It's okay. It's okay.
I have a question.
Of course, Larry.
Hey, one question out of character first. Do we see this person yet?
No, not yet.
Not that I don't love the whole disembodied voice thing, but... like, can we at least see your face? If not, that's cool. I'll just shut the fuck up and go. But, you know, I'm just... ignore me. It's fine. And Eris is just gonna walk upstairs to wherever they were told to go.
It's not upstairs, it's the room to the right.
Correct. Actia.
They're gonna go that way.
I'm taking them both. Actia and I are making a map.
Excellent.
Good job.
I can come, Eris, if that pleases you.
Sure. Please. I'd like to say hi.
Excellent. You hear, like, high heels kind of scraping against the wooden panels above. A little bit of dust is unsettled. And then you see it. A very long leg coming from the second floor, followed by a second leg. Associated with these two legs is a very long white gown on top of a very tall woman with a very wide-brimmed hat, black lipstick, pale complexion, eyes that are pitch black like the night sky, a little bit of violet glowing emanating from the tiny dots of her eyes as she gazes down at you with a wonderful smile. Each one of her teeth are sharpened, each one glistening with a little bit of blood on it. Maybe she had some strawberry jam for breakfast, or maybe it was cherry. We hope. Her left ear has an earring. The earring is a little skull, which seems to wink at you as it kind of dances just below her ear. Her nails are long, black, and slightly glittery. Very well done. And, oh, is there a heart on the pinky? I believe there is. She moves down with the grace of an eldritch being 1,000 years old. As she looks down at you, her hands grasped in front of her. She is nearly 10 feet tall. Are you satisfied, Eris? Does my visage appeal to you in this manner? Or would you prefer the disembodied voice?
You know, it's nice to put a face to the voice. Small side question. Are you a vampire?
I am.
Yes.
Lilith is going to be looking up at her and just like kind of blurt out, "You are a lot of lady."
I am. Yes. You may call me Lady Anna Marie.
Okay.
Kane, what happens to someone with magic if they get bit by a vampire?
Well, you become like me. You become a magical vampire.
Magical
See,
vampire.
I didn't even have to answer.
Can I become a magical vampire?
You're already a god. You have enough powers.
No, I want to be a vampire! The god thing
You
is...
can't be everything, Eris.
Please. I want to be
She
a
looks
vampire.
down at you, Eris, and extends one of her fingers, the kind of claws-like talons. One of them kind of scrapes your cheek.
Can you wait till after college?
No.
God.
You know, I heard of this one girl
no-
whose boyfriend vampire wouldn't turn her until they got married. That was really whack.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds stupid.
Prudes.
I'm not
Eris, if-
requesting a love interest. I'm requesting to become a vampire. There's a difference.
And what would you do with said power once you have it?
Cause chaos.
You're thinking about murdering people, aren't you?
Do squirrels count as people, first of all?
They can.
I'm
yes.
kind of... I'm starting a diplomatic war with the squirrels. This is just a side note. That's just a fun hobby. But I would have a lot of fun being a vampire, if I'm being honest. I think Lilith and I would be very good vampires for you. Lilith is very good at turning people's
Why did I get an
organs into
inclusion in
meat.
this?
Because I didn't think you wanted to be a vampire.
I don't,
We'd
but
all
it's
be
nice to
very
be
good
included. I
vampires
think I'd
for
be
you.
fine.
Do you...
Plants don't have any blood to suck.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you can
like
experiment on people and make more fun experiments. I'm very good with potions and drinks. I can be a good bartender.
It can be quite grating, this existence. Every once in a while you see a very tall, well-built man knocking on your door wanting some sort of adventure. Maybe who sees you as a monster. And then, unfortunately, through circumstances that are out of your control, they end up in the back of my car.
Do you
These
want me to
things
get rid
happen,
of them? We can get rid of their body for you.
But if you don't mind, the one in the back of my
Will
car has
you
been there
stop?
for about it.
Will you stop signing me up for things?
We're not signing you up for things. I'm signing myself and Lilith up for things. We're good with bodies.
You said
It's
we.
true.
Yeah,
I could turn them
myself
into bees.
Yeah, myself and Lilith.
All right, fine, whatever.
Bees. Bees, Keen, bees.
We can have those bees, make a hive, have them create honey, people honey. Oh my gosh, we could make people honey.
People honey. Oh, people honey.
If I'm not mistaken, I think you four are headed to the library to be administered your punishment.
Can we become vampires after we've been punished?
I'll consider it.
library.
Eris is going to. Eris
He
is.
is. He's already going.
Yeah, Actia and Keen are just like, nope, we're leaving the crazy. We're gonna go do the thing and then go back to our lives.
Yeah. Both trying not to love.
What?
I imagine Lilith and Eris head over to the library just being like, okay, so we can turn the body into bees and then produce people honey, but then we can infuse it with magic and then we can sell it to other people and make some money.
Yeah, and for other vampires, if we become vampires, we could infuse it with blood and make it special for them. It's like what the humans do.
Honey, bees.
We could even do it for humans. Like normal
And turn them
humans.
into vampires. We could bring
No.
the apocalypse.
I was thinking stealing some of Actia's more fun flowers and infusing it with them.
Yeah.
Like, you know the shit that makes mortals see God?
Yeah.
That shit. Would be fun.
Yeah, I do. I know that.
We could do that.
So the double doors open as you approach. This is a very dark room, but you see hands kind of reaching out from the darkness as you enter in. The candles light up dark and red, a little bit of green. You are surrounded by what looks about 20 scantily clad individuals, each one kind of reaching out and hissing.
Oh no.
Lady Anna Marie says, "Get back, you thirsty bitches. Away with you." And they kind of retreat back into doors. There's about 3 of them in this library.
Oh, it's very hissy in here.
That was a thing. That was the thing we just saw.
It can be.
I'm sure
Yes.
it's fine.
Everything's fine. Yep.
Yeah, that seems fine. This all seems
So
fine.
what is the punishment that we are supposed to endure?
Yes, how are you going to finish us?
Well, first I am going to strap you each into a chair, facing each other. You will then have a concoction, one that is mixed with a little bit of my blood. It will be tantalizingly sweet. You'll enjoy it. It'll be the best milkshake you've ever had. And it will cause you to reveal things to each other.
Oh.
The punishment will be truth. Seeing each other vulnerable in this way. It's hard to live with someone you've been vulnerable with. Does that sound like an appropriate punishment? There's always the punishment room on the 2nd floor, but it's currently being occupied by a neighbor of mine who's quite delightful.
What did the
But
neighbor
you
do?
wouldn't
I
want to be a
mean-
part.
Oh.
You wouldn't want to be a part of
I
that,
like
no.
administering punishment. I don't necessarily like receiving it, but
That's true.
I mean, as much as that sounds dramatic and slightly scary, I don't think there's anything that these 3 can't say that they haven't already said that would hurt my feelings. So,
Wait, are we being mean to each other? I thought we were being mean to ourselves.
we're being truthful.
Yeah, being mean to ourselves.
Sure.
I think it'll be fine.
It'll be
I
fine.
think it will be delightful. I will be watching from the other room.
Out of character,
Mhm.
so it's night, right? Or just rainy?
Yes. Yeah, it's rainy and night in this place, even though it was morning where you were.
Cool. I have a thing that means I
Ooh.
can't be imprisoned or bound at night. So she can try to strap me to the chair. I'm gonna pretend like it works.
That too. Dang.
But
The hell?
yeah, she can't strap me to this chair.
So she like goes over and there's there's four chairs kind of facing each other on a circular dial, and she begins very carefully strapping each one of you in. Her fingernails kind of tracing your forearms as she does. And it's quite tight but comfortable. She doesn't want you to feel pain unless you request it. And of course, going down to Actia, the straps just seem to flop about.
It's the equivalent of, like, you know in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where he gets out of the handcuffs and he's like, oh, I could only do it when it was funny. The buttons work and she, like, looks away and then looks back and they're undone. He is just like, ugh. I mean, I'll just sit here. I won't move, it's fine.
Will you, Actia? I've heard from the other teachers that you are quite the troublemaker. Prone to disobey the rules.
No. I don't think so.
Or maybe that was someone else.
It's probably
Out of all
Aaron.
of us, Jackie is pretty much the squarest.
Thank you.
Well, here are the milkshakes. And she reaches down and pulls some milkshakes from a little small fridge. Each one in like a very white plastic cup with a twirly straw, and places them in the cup holders on your strapped-in chairs.
Okay. Are we supposed
Thumbs
to
up.
just drink them, or do you want to say some words first, or?
Keen starts drinking.
Keen, please wait. I think I don't have any parting words for you all, but I will be watching. When I have left, please place your lips upon the end of the straws. Take in the liquid, enjoy its taste, and reveal to each other how you truly feel and to yourselves.
Is there a theme you want us to stick to? Is there a structure of some kind, or do you want us just to, kind of stream of consciousness it?
You know,
Yeah, is this like a group scenario?
This is a group scenario. I think by the end of it, I would like each of you to challenge your own perceptions of yourselves, as well as the perception of others that they might have of you, and kind of. Yes,
So you're
in
like
that
a guidance
way,
counselor.
it's therapy.
No, I am.
We're
It's
being
not
forced
therapy.
into therapy.
This is detention. This is punishment. It's just
Therapy.
punishment with a purpose.
Okay.
Therapy, I see. No, this makes perfect sense now. It all makes perfect sense. Yeah.
I feel a lot better. I didn't think there was a lot of pastoral care here, but honestly, now I feel really supported by the system.
It's true. It's true. I was really starting to think that it was very, militant. but
Money
it's-
grabby? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a much better term for it. But this is seeming very, I don't know. There's a lot of care going into this right now.
Where did you train? This is to Lady Anna Murray.
I'm gonna leave now, and then you will be punished. Do you understand?
Yes.
You are not to enjoy the process, and at the end, even though you will learn things and grow, you still feel punished. I might even have to go
Yes,
get a
that's
whip.
a part of the growing
Small
process,
one.
I've heard.
I throw up my hands out of their restraints to give her finger guns.
All right, fine. I'm going to leave and I'm going to watch. Good day. She bursts into bats.
Very theatrical. You think she knows McSweeney? Because I feel like they get on really well.
Well,
I'm sorry.
fam.
Bottoms up.
Bottoms up.
Here.
Cheers.
And it's like when I
Chug.
drugged you all with trick potions.
Now, gaming question. How long does it take for it to work? Is it
Instantly.
Like an immediate thing? Does it need to settle into the tum?
No, it's like right there. Right. You moment you taste it, you start to feel like vulnerable and like somewhat emotional. Like it's just like it's one of those days where you just feel like you can't even.
The vampire put us on our periods.
It's just like it's just a vulnerable time. It could be anything.
Lilith takes a drink and then immediately like bursts into tears. Is like,
Oh, great.
Actia, I have a private bathroom.
What?
Whoa.
Share a bathroom at all?
Why the
Are you kidding me? I've been timing my showers.
I know.
I also have a private bathroom.
Eris,
Yeah?
do you have a private bathroom?
Of course I do.
Well,
So
shit,
technically, the shared one is yours. It's just not in
no,
your room
because
like
I
the
share
rest
it with Gritty since Lilith decided to invite a possessed animatronic into our home.
Gritty makes really
Still not
good
a-
cider, though.
I'm gonna
Still not
stand up
really,
out of
like,
my
done.
restraints. I'm gonna get out of my restraints and go and walk over to Lilith and give her a hug.
Aww. And Actia.
You're reaching out to me in this time of need.
And Actia, you do
Well,
recall
hug back,
when
but she kind of
taking-
like does a head thing.
Yeah, when taking a shower, there were orange hairs clogging up the shower, so
Yeah.
it doesn't like go down the drain as quickly.
Yeah, not fun. The fabric we established it being last time was very synthetic.
Yep.
But at least not hair from the fans, and I think that means
That is
something.
true.
That's important.
Yep.
But,
Yep.
Lilith, it's alright that you have a private bathroom. I wish you told me. It would have just made my life easier. But it's fine. I forgive you.
If you want, I can tell Discount Gritty that he should use my bathroom sometimes. The children might haunt him, but you know, they're in one of those phases right now. I don't know
Oh,
if
this
it's
is a lot of
puberty, I don't
crying.
know when that happens.
It's okay. You're doing your best. Being a single mother is very hard.
Mother of ghosts.
You're the mother of ghosts, of critters, of exes, of bees.
It's
I don't.
true.
Like,
They need me.
Oh, actually,
they don't
Lilith,
need
I
you.
did
You
want.
make them to need you.
I wanted to
I
ask.
wonder if they need me.
You do this hookah thing because it's fun, right? Not because you, like, actively want to disassociate and not be inside your body for hours, right?
I don't know what you're saying to me because I'm refusing to listen to you right now and I'm refusing to answer your question by asking you a different question.
Okay, well, that's just maybe something to think about, because if it's fun,
That's-
that's great, but you shouldn't actively disassociate on purpose for hours. That's just not good.
I do it on purpose.
Tia, that's just a yes with more steps. She's saying yes, just with more
It feels
steps.
better when it takes longer to get there.
Why is
Just, like,
why is
gently
Lilith
stroking
the
her
only
head.
one affected?
Oh no,
the rest
I
of
think
us
we're
seem
all
pretty fucking
effective.
normal.
I'm just asking Lilith all the questions so that none of you ask me anything, because there's stuff I am hiding. Oh.
Well, I would like to know where all this assertion came from.
The what?
Tia. I want to know where all this assertion came from Tia. You are, like, usually so indecisive and need our input on everything, you know? And now you're being all to the point and stuff.
McSweeney and my studies have given me confidence, which is the truth. Technically.
Well, okay. And
I am learning necromancy.
You learn what? I'm sure that's against the rules.
I'm sure your mother is going to kill you.
My mother's going
I'm
to kill me
sure
anyway.
that you would be a better vampire than I initially thought.
It's actually really exciting. Do you guys want to see something cool?
Fuck yeah!
I'm gonna take out one of the plants that I have and use elemental magic to burn it to ash and then try and bring it back to life.
Does it have a human eyeball inside?
Excellent.
I hope so.
Yeah, go ahead and describe. You don't have to roll for this. I think this is
Yes.
nice, easy, small thing. So go ahead and describe what happens.
Easy,
So I think
small
she
thing,
just sort
he
of
says.
like gets are there any plants in this house?
Yeah, they're all poisonous, and touching it would kill someone. But yeah, there's plants.
I think I'll just pet one, but no, instead of my hand touching it, it's kind of like a little bit of fire, and it just singes the whole thing. And then I just give it a little poke, and I'm like, "Come on, buddy, you can do it." And like last time, my eyes just like roll over black for a hot second.
Oh no!
And then the like dark energy comes out of my fingertips, and this plant comes back. Maybe a Venus flytrap or something, but instead when it opens its mouth, there's now just like an eyeball inside.
Oh, that's so cool and horrifying!
I feel so good, you guys. This is the best I've felt in years, honestly.
What the fuck? I can barely do any kind of magic at all. It has to be with metal or something that is constructed, and you can do all this stuff with like the elements and plants and shit. And...
Eyeballs!
Ian, why do you think I'm so emotionally fucked up? It's because I'm really in touch with living things. Everyone is in so much pain all the time.
It's true!
Wait, you never said that you were in pain. Why are you hiding it with a smile? Why don't you tell us these things?
Because look, I just don't want to stress you guys out. I can take care of myself. I don't. It's my job to look after you guys. You don't have to look after me.
It's not your job. That's my job.
I realized that I am the least fucked up out of all of us, and that's more.
Yeah, did you not know this?
I've ever learned. You know, at times.
Well, you've accepted your stuff.
Expected it. I really haven't, but you know, whatever makes you sleep at night, Keen.
Well, now I'm not going to sleep forever.
You're welcome.
Great.
I mean, I'm bored and starting a war between the squirrels because I think it would be funny to wipe out the land squirrels because they keep wiping out the flying squirrels. Yep. Oh yeah, I also signed a contract with them and didn't actually sign it. I think I signed it with your fate and your mom. No, I think I signed it with your mom. Or my dad. I mean, I don't give a fuck if he dies either.
Hold on. 1 second. So Lilith turns all your exes and people who have wronged you into critters, or turns their organs into bees. Eris is actively trying to start a war with creatures and stuff and wiping out.
There is a war. I'm just going to finish it. And not in the side that thinks I'm going to finish it for them. No, they're committing genocide. I'm trying to be like the god that just decides, fuck it, you all get to die.
And Tia, You're playing. Am I the only one who hasn't killed anybody in this fucking family?
I haven't killed
no.
anyone. I do. In fact, if you think about it, I do the opposite. So.
You need a dead body in order to create necromancy. What the?
Yeah, I'm usually the
don't.
one that kills things.
Everybody I've turned to animals are alive, and everyone whose organs or bees are also alive. They just produce honey out of their orifices.
I just don't care about life or death.
Do you?
Orifice honey.
Do none of you have moral compasses?
You are the moral compass.
Well, who the hell
I mean, I
gave me
can't
that
speak
job?
for Keed. Have you, like... I mean, you've
you
met
not paid
all of our
attention to
parents
this
individually, right? Like...
No,
You met the people that raised me. You didn't. You may have met my dad.
I just thought it was our parents that were super fucked up. I thought you guys were kind of normal.
No,
I'm sorry.
I don't know why you would ever think that.
Yeah, this seems like
I'm
this one's on
sorry.
you, buddy.
My dad had my mum and adopted dad murdered so that then I would grow up living with him rather than living with my actual mum, because it was decided it was a really blasphemous thing that he slept with his brother's wife on like the week after their wedding day, and eventually I existed, so he decided to get rid of the problem by killing my mom and my the guy that was gonna be my dad but wasn't my dad because he's my dad. It's weird.
I'm
We'll
gonna
go
move
back
over from
to-
hugging Lilith to hugging Eris.
Don't touch me.
You need it,
So
except
no.
love.
No, I will throw things at you.
But you can't, because your
Wouldn't be the
hands are
first
tied.
time. Yeah. Aha, literally. I'm gonna move over to where
Um,
Keen's hat is like hanging off the edge of the chair and high five it.
Y'all, I hope you all
What?
realize I can also read all of your thoughts right now, which is fucking hell.
Oh no.
Why?
no.
I'm psychic
Yeah.
When did
Since
that
when?
happen?
since ever, forever. Did you forget that
Oh
fact?
god. You never told me.
Wait, was that my job?
It's why I don't know. It's why I fuck with people so much. I take their deepest, darkest fears and spit it in their face. It's fun.
Eris and I have the same problem, we've just approached it from different angles.
Yeah, she feels everything you feel. I hear everything you think.
And it's a lot. Like a lot.
Well, it's because of you two!
No, there's shit in your head that's from before us. I
Well,
cause enough
yeah,
chaos
you
to
know,
confuse
like-
you enough that your thoughts are boring.
Line? That's a feature in this game! Damn it!
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
And just sitting there like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
This is your fault.
I'm enjoying it,
Yes.
though.
And like I have a very hard time figuring out where Keen's gonna go with this, because Keen is realizing that, oh my god, my cousins are crazy, and not in a good way.
Like, because they kill people?
Yeah,
Yeah,
or
Wrong
never
word.
killed
Wrong
anyone.
word.
I've never done a murder.
they
Lilith has not killed anyone
they
either.
yeah, but like,
Eris
there's
is
a
the murderer.
whole bunch of consent issues with two of you, with regards to like turning people into critters and
Well, yeah,
you know,
problematic.
and letting spirits possess something, and like, I don't know. So help me out here. Help me out here.
I did have a brief thought where like Lilith like went hard real fast, and I imagine she cried, and all of a sudden, like, as this other conversation is going on with the three of them, suddenly you guys hear just like snoring, and she like
Yes.
tuckered out. He's tuckered out.
I will say,
And she's just like-
Lilith reminds me so much of one of my college roommates in that like Tia and Lilith's relationship is peak ADHD autism solidarity.
Just
Yeah.
like she cried herself, now she's sleeping.
Yeah. So, what guidance are you looking for, Resident Moon?
So I'm trying to figure out like, so Keen is like super mundane in comparison to their cousins. It's been revealed that they are femme-bodied, but like they've just said their big secret, which may or may not have been a secret, which was that they can't do magic outside of using metal. Like they can't do any kind of elemental magic or anything else. They're just good at machinery and technology.
Does Joaquin feel like insecure?
Very. I'm the moral compass, but I'm also the least powerful in this group.
I
Like,
think
all my
I
magic
think kind of
all my
your-
magic is pretty fake.
Yeah, I think your next line should be something that involves that. Bring, having that perception of Joaquin challenged. That's what the whole milkshake's about. Does that seem good? Or
Whenever,
Mhm.
once Lilith is out, we're gonna have a little entrance of Kiva.
Kiva
all
over
around,
the
I mean,
spell?
she's just gonna
Fuck
come out
yeah.
too, just for fun. So,
Fuck yeah.
however, like
So what do you
whether
think-
or not it totally affects her or not, we'll see.
Yeah. So, what do you think, Resident?
Yeah, I think you're gonna see Keen start to like cry.
Oh, I am moving over to Keen for hugs.
Just like, you all look up to me, and it's a lot of pressure, and I'm not powerful. How the hell am I supposed to influence you all to do like not terrible things? And I can't do shit.
Why do you think it's your
Yes, you can.
responsibility?
Yeah, you're good at leading.
Well, you all keep
Hi, Kiva.
asking. Hi, Kiva.
What was that?
Like,
What did we drink?
It's kind of
truth
like a
milkshake.
truth-telling
Yeah.
milkshake, but on acid.
We're
That's a
letting.
chicken.
Hey, I'm gonna.
In a minute.
Can I give Keen or put the potted plant with the Venus flytrap in Keen's lap, and I'll be like, Keen has the talking plant. It's Keen's turn to share. We'll get to you in a sec, Kiva. Promise. Okay. So you're stressed about leading?
Leading, failing because I don't have, like, I'm not powerful. I know how to fix shit. That's it.
You have social
Like,
power.
Yeah, I can flirt with just about anybody, but that's it. I
Are you
can't
kidding
even
me?
do
That's
that
like
anymore
some kind
'cause
of
I got a
magic to
boyfriend.
me.
But, like,
It's still special and important.
I can't reach my eyes. Can you wipe my eyes, please?
Tiny little.
I
Tia probably has a handkerchief. She takes it out, just like dabs the eyes.
And you notice that part of the mustache comes away.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Take great care to like go around the mustache.
Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah. Lady Anna Maria kind of appears behind Keen and fixes the hair. Just kind of a little bit of magic makes it recover.
Thank you, Lady Anna Marie.
You're being
Thumbs up.
punished. Alright, I'm leaving.
Okay.
Continue. This is great.
Yeah, this is really cathartic. Okay, you.
Bye, Lady
You
Hannah.
good? Are we gonna talk to Kiva now? So go put a plan on Kiva.
Go ahead.
Are you sure? Because you're not taking up space.
No, it's fine. If I have something else, I can wait.
No. This is exactly the kind of thing we need to stop doing. Aris, can I have some help?
It doesn't help.
Oh, you're
if
so
muted.
Silent spell.
Fuck. Sorry. I stopped paying attention.
Keen
not
doesn't
fun.
want to share. Keen doesn't want to share because they feel like they're taking up space.
Right. I don't do emotions.
Come on, you can literally read their mind. You know exactly what they need to hear right now.
I try not to. It's not fair.
Maybe be helpful.
No. I don't read your guys' mind. I read people's minds to fuck with them. I'm not no. Oh yeah.
Kiva, you got anything to help?
No.
My question is this. All of you. Keen, what makes you think you're responsible for these three? You're cousins, you're a band, you're a team. You work together. What they do is not your responsibility. Besides, this magic that you do with these metal pieces and these trinkets and these wires and strings and things. I'm not even going to tell you how old I am. I have no idea how any of that works.
How come the talking bunny is more logical than the rest of us?
Because she's thousands of years old.
And also has outside perspective.
Yeah.
she's
But
not,
I've always...
she's not a part. she goes off from time to time and comes back. But, yeah, I see you do all these things, and I've watched from time to time, and yes, I would never be able to do any of these things, and I've done a lot of things.
And what would happen if I didn't What would happen if I didn't look after Lilith? You'd wake up in her body in a jail cell, or worse. Same with Eris and Actia. And
as much as I
me along with it.
As much as I appreciate you taking care of us
before you were here.
Yeah, this does sound like you don't have faith in us, which I find personally insulting.
I mean, I feel like you're perfectly correct with me.
Yeah, oh no, you're right about Eris. No one's disputing that. Lilith and me, touch and go.
Well, that's
and
just
anyway,
rude.
Wherever it is they end up, perhaps that's exactly where they need to be.
So you're saying I should, what? Stop caring? Do my own thing?
No. Treat each other as equals. You're a team. You already told the school that you believe in each other more than their rules and their groups. Act like it.
This is really good advice.
We're not.
How would you feel about us?
Fun.
Can I still become a vampire at the end of this? Because,
I think that would be a lot of fun.
Eris, you barely enjoy being alive as it is. I don't know if eternal life
I would
suit
be
you.
undead. It would, because I have more people to fuck with.
You know what? You're an adult.
Yeah, I am.
If we've learned anything, I can't stop any of you from doing anything.
That's the spirit.
You can give
If
the
anything.
eyeball plant to Kiva if you want.
I'm gonna go put it on Kiva's lap and also say, by the way, I know that you're probably thinking of Cherry. I just want to say I'm proud of you for the restraint you're showing. Good job. Head pat.
What?
Yes. Well, from someone who's lived a very, very, very long time, you should take the opportunity to enjoy the time that you do have. A limited time is a gift.
Anime boy in a maid outfit.
That is also a gift.
Anime boy in a
Very-
maid outfit.
What?
That's what. Keen has an image of Cherry in a maid outfit. In their mind.
Get that image out your head. Get it out my fucking head.
It's the potion. How's it feel? How's it feel to be fucked with?
It is not the potion. You're doing this deliberately. And this is why I don't go into your fucking head. I hate
It's
all of you.
respect.
I
Oh, also,
don't need
while
to
we're
know
sharing-
my cousin's sexual exploits.
My new friend is the next witch hunter. So that's
what?
cool.
Oh.
Great.
Didn't Lilith tell you? She knew.
We don't really talk about things like that.
He's cool.
We only talk about important things.
Are you gonna get us killed?
No, on the
This
contrary, I'm going to try and get him to become a sympathizer. So no one gets killed.
A sympathizer. Or only our enemies get killed. Even better.
Also good. No more cop squad.
Oh yeah, let's get rid of the cop squad.
Right, how come it's
I'll see if
bad
you
when
guys
I
can
say
hang
to
out
get
with
rid
us.
of people, but when you want to get rid of people, it's perfectly fine?
Because I'm doing it by proxy.
And because I, am very discerning with people I want to get rid of.
No, you're petty.
Yeah, that too. Probably. Very much so.
Bitch, can I take a picture of the potted plant and text it to V with "look what I made" smiley face?
Yeah, definitely. You get a picture back. He
No!
is... What?
Oh, I froze. Are you
No.
guys back? What did
Yeah.
you say? Sorry, you froze just as you froze just as you started talking. So that was me personally being like, "No, what happened? What did I miss?"
Right at a good moment.
So it's kind of like one of those good day at the gym type photos.
Oh, cool.
Except behind him you see like a little wooden dummy with like a witch hat on it. And there's several like knives sticking out of it, and there's like he's like shirtless, and he's like looking up, and he's like smiling and stuff like that. And yeah,
I
he just
asked
seems
very
happy.
detailed questions about the weaponry specifically.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah,
He
focus.
has
Yeah.
witchfinder daggers, all sorts of stuff.
Oh, that's fun.
I like knives.
Well, especially knives that we may have to dodge at some point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm just throwing that out there. Just sliding that across the table.
It's fine. It's fine.
Kiva, you got anything else?
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm living my best life.
Strapped to a
don't
chair
really-
in detention with us.
Nice.
Things get boring in the forest. This is interesting.
That's what everyone so far has said.
Yeah. Besides, it gets boring, the same thing day after day. This is the most fun I've had in eons.
People spilling their guts about secrets and crying.
You really need to go to a
Absolutely,
dive
that's
bar
a-
sometime, dude. Or group.
Mm. Mm.
Sure. Anybody else need the plant?
In the place of where Actia probably should be sitting is Lady Anemone, who now has a plant in her lap. Yes, I think we're ready for the next phase. Now, it might seem like a group building exercise, but I assure you it's not. You see, I have invited some enemies associated with your past here. Specifically, I kidnapped them and provided them the means to exterminate you.
Oh.
Yes.
See, Keen, we gotta do a murder.
Wait, my hands are still tied.
Lilith is now just like sleeping again.
Well, if there's no questions, I ordered delivery. So I'm gonna go eat.
What did
Will you at least
order?
tell us who they are?
Other than the delivery boy.
What did I order other than the delivery boy? Oh no, the delivery boy I wouldn't hurt ever. Quite an enchanting creature. Looks very cute in the hat. No, I ordered pizza.
You
Just
ordered us pizza?
No, I
No,
ordered
Lilith.
myself
People are coming
pizza.
to kill us.
That's not pizza.
It's not. No, I will be
Are they just
eating
loose?
pizza behind. Oh, no, they're in the next room.
In the house?
They soon will
Okay.
be loose, yes. And I will be trying to eat the pizza, and hopefully I don't get any grease on myself like last time. No surprises from each of you. All right.
What do you mean by no surprises?
Don't displease me, Eris.
Oh, okay.
Excellent. You four
So,
have,
are we supposed to
certainly
kill
grown.
our enemy? Or just avoid them? Like, is there a time limit?
I don't know. I'm gonna go eat pizza, and that's my afternoon. Yours is detention.
I'm gonna start unbuckling everyone.
Thank you.
Good day. And she
Bye.
Oh.
I like her.
Do you think she has to eat a piece of pizza for every bat she turns into?
Yes.
Maybe.
That's a lot of tummies. Who
Yeah,
are our enemies
Actia
anyway?
releases each of you. Shh. You are unstrapped, unhindered, untethered.
We don't have any enemies.
We have plenty of enemies.
Hey, Lilith,
Yep.
do you remember all the animals in your room?
I've treated them well.
Yeah. But I still don't think they like it.
I'm not interested in what they like.
Which is probably why they're your enemies.
Ow. Man.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Tia also
And-
notices the hat change and gives Keen kind of squeeze.
Yeah. And before we go on break, we kind of cut to a ventilation shaft above in the library, gazing down at you with several eyes is Spider Steve. Today,
I knew it! I just fell off my
vengeance will be mine! And his little cape flaps in the ventilation wind.
Spider Steve.
Spider Steve. So if you want to see what happens next, stay with us. We will be back soon after this commercial break. God. And we're back with another retelling of Morra Ravenswood Academy. I'd like to thank Narwhal Games for setting this up. This is some awesome stuff. And today they are in detention. So they are being punished by the best of ladies. And they just discovered that they are in a group building exercise against their most dire enemies. Though they don't know who they are, because Lilith doesn't have any enemies, and Eris definitely does. Actia, probably not, and Keen, I think, also probably not. So it might just be all of Lilith's enemies chilling out.
One in particular. One in particular.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure I have
Yeah.
a couple people that I stole their partner.
I
Something
just
like
like
that.
the fact that we've only had a smash cut to Spider Steve, but Mitch keeps using plural for enemies. That I am
Yeah.
finding unsettling, and I don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Tell us your secrets, Magic Man.
The Injustice League. All right, you guys are in the library, peering out at you from the corners are the scantily clad individual vampires who are hissing quietly so as not to disrupt you in your growth and attention. But yeah, what are you guys doing?
Well, both me and Tia have been drawing a map this entire time, so I'm gonna get out my notebook and be like, okay, so there is another room downstairs and then 2 staircases. I suggest we explore the downstairs room and clear the floor before heading upstairs. Does anyone have any disagreements?
We're going through the door, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Whatever.
I mean, I'm in my pajamas, so I don't have half of my stuff.
1 second. Can I go over to the hissing vampires?
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Do you have any weaponry? Shit.
The guy approaches, kind of stopping his hissing, slightly sparkly, very pale individual with short brown hair. He's just wearing like swim trunks as he approaches. What sort of weaponry do you need?
Whatever you have.
Okay.
Preferably short range.
Show.
Long range would work too, though.
Do you know how to use bow?
Yeah, so the scantily clad individual vampires part, and yeah, you come across several individuals, and this sparkly individual says, "What do you guys want?" As he starts pulling out weaponry from their bathing suits.
Is there like a bat with nails in? Because that's what I'm really feeling right now.
Yeah, the one of the ladies kind of pulls out the bat from her one
How did
piece.
that not hurt you? Thank you.
How did that thing in there?
Oh, it did. It hurt a lot, but it was fine. It was quite enjoyable.
You know what? Good for you. Cousins, what do you guys want? You guys want any weapons, or are we sticking with magics?
I'd like a weapon.
Ask. And they seem to have a lot of things.
Oh. Can I have? Let's see. Does anyone have a crossbow in there? Crossbow? Anyone?
Yes, something like it. And a guy reaches behind him, and from his his swim trunks, pulls out a Desert Eagle, and throws it at you.
This'll work. She just, thank you.
No problem. Oh, wait. And he pulls out some bullets.
Oh, that's gonna be important.
Okay,
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, you're gonna want these. There you go.
Yeah, no, it'd be really hard to shoot with no bullets. She's just gonna start loading it.
Do you have a net with electricity conductive filament in it?
Ooh, very cool.
Lily? And he looks around and kind of hanging from one of the bookshelves, you see a woman in a two-piece who pulls out a net and throws it down. It has like a little electricity crackling.
Excellent. Man, if I were single. Okay. Not single anymore.
Keeping it together,
the
and I'm
best.
so proud of you.
But if I weren't.
Do you have any acid?
What kind?
All of it.
Like the
sure.
hallucinogen or the type that dissolves things?
All of it.
Okay.
All right, get the squirt gun. And one of the guys pulls a little super soaker from there, and then throws it over at Eris.
Eris would catch it.
It's a glass-lined super soaker. Oh my god. That's the
Yippee-ki-yay.
only thing that would keep me up.
I have one more question. Do we leave the house standing or no?
I mean, if we're gonna, we probably should if we want to be vampires. It would be the polite thing to do.
Yeah, I think we definitely should.
But I don't know if, with our history, I don't know if that would disappoint.
I mean, Lady Anne-Marie said she would be watching, so you know we're not going to do that. And
Why
also,
am I asking?
yes, I mean, look, why don't we say we're going to try our best not to?
Yeah, the sparkly vampire raises his hand. Actually,
Yes,
we just got it. Oh, okay, thank you. We just signed a year lease, so it would be great if you guys didn't.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the
We'll do
start
our
of the year
best.
leave. That'd be rough.
Yeah, it's really hard to get out, and we still have to pay even if there's no roof. So there's not much protection for the tenant.
Besides,
necessarily.
yeah.
What about rental
get that.
insurance?
No, we don't have rental insurance. It's
Can I give him the number for a renters union?
I
yeah.
think it'd be the right thing to do.
Okay, cool.
Also, I feel like after this, there is very clearly a shot of them slow motion walking with their newfound weapons and like some sort of kick.
Oh yeah, very birds of prey.
So how does that
Yeah,
look?
and like
as we're all walking out slow-mo, what are we doing with our specific weapons?
yes. And what song is
Will's
playing
just
in the
like-
background?
with a gun.
I'm just like Rolodexing through all the songs I know. Thunderstruck.
thinking
I think
Cherry
it should be
Bomb.
Thunderstruck.
Thunderstruck. All right.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, and as the thunder thing happens, Keen's net sparks up as they wrap it around their arm.
Excellent. How about Actia and Eris?
Bat slung over one shoulder.
You have a super soaker full of acid. How are you walking out slowly?
I'm trying to think. I think Eris would put the super soaker like in a boot or something, making sure they're not gonna like get acid on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just gonna walk out looking unarmed and bored.
Nice.
Excellent. And you guys hear in the background the vampire starting a conversation with the Union, like, you know, there's about 20 of us, and we live under a very tall vampire and fear for our lives on a daily basis. We do kill people here. It just kind of goes on. So you guys are heading back to the main room and then going downstairs, or going upstairs, or where?
We're clearing this floor, and then we're going downstairs.
Yeah. Go
Excellent.
into the room that's opposite the library.
Excellent. Coming into this room, it is a greenhouse. You see the rain kind of pitter-pattering on the glass above. Tall trees, and in the center, a very tall and thick tree with apples hanging from them, yellow as they are. There's strawberries and blueberries blossoming, and lovely tulips and orchids. It's a lovely little place. It kind of just goes...
Amazing!
It's like this brickwork pathway that goes around the tree. Yeah.
This is
Do we
brilliant.
see anything?
Oh, this is so good.
Is there anything in there other than the plants?
Anything scuttling about? Leggy?
With legs.
Handsy.
Legs? Scuttly?
There is a box right behind the tree as you guys are walking. It is addressed to Actia.
I'm gonna go look at the box. I'm very excited, but I think she's gonna have a little bit of restraint. I think she's gonna put her hand on the tree, and just ask the tree if they know what's up with the box.
Oh, hello! You want to know what's in the box?
Hey, yeah, you see anyone come in here?
Yes.
Ooh.
And why should I tell you?
Because I'm asking nicely? And I can take an apple and
Yes.
propagate your seeds somewhere nice.
I would like that, yes. Send my children far and wide. Soon it shall begin.
Yeah. Cool, I'll collect a bunch of apples.
Fucking Audrey too.
I saw
It's
an
fine.
individual who looked very much like you. But with several
Just
words.
like me?
Yes.
Oh.
Just with words upon their body. Kind of written all over.
That's deeply disconcerting. Okay, I'm gonna open the box.
You open the box, and you remember vividly. You had stayed up working on this paper, and it stands before you with strawberry jelly upon it. You know it cannot be turned in this way. What project were you working on?
It was probably something about plant fertilization and like natural magic and the way non-magical beings have used it in like imitation hedge witchery. And she thought she was being cute by having like a bunch of strawberry snacks while she was writing it. But it was actually her downfall. She was like, theme snacks for my paper. Ooh. But no. Everyone cringing because I have done this before.
Oh dear.
And then just, yeah, she got a little bit careless and there was jam on it, a handwritten on parchment. After hours and hours of staying up, just lots and lots of tears.
Well,
Ah!
for you it is.
Oh god, this is not... Why is this here? Why did I leave this here?
Are you sure you left it here?
The tree said it was me. Oh yeah, you guys
Well,
probably didn't hear that.
What?
The tree said someone with words written on my body who looked like me came and put that there.
I didn't hear that.
No,
Oh,
but you're telling us now, so that's a thing.
Yes.
I mean, it could be to remind you of your failures.
Yeah, I mean, I still did pretty good in the class, so I guess perhaps it's like a life lesson about how I can fail and that's okay, which are bad words. I hate coming out of my mouth.
That doesn't seem like
But-
an enemy, though.
Yeah, it's weird.
Did you get a paper?
What? No, it was when they said someone who looked like me. I thought it would have been my mother. But
Oh no.
apparently not. This is weird. Maybe the rooms are themed to us. Hey, Keen, maybe there's a workshop.
Don't misdirect to me.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Let's go into the next room.
Let's burn your paper first. Hey, Eris, you
Oh,
want to burn
that's a
something?
good idea.
Eris, goes
Bless
in
you.
tight. There's a lot of pollen in here.
Yeah.
There is a lot of tree stuff is happening here.
Yeah, trees are having sex.
You know, I'm good. Y'all can burn it.
I think it's kind of important that I burn it.
Well, then burn it.
Yeah. So let's hop into the writer's room real quick, because I have
Okay.
a proposition specifically for Anne.
Ooh.
So, your interaction with the dark book, sometimes known as the Necronomicon, and your powers have allowed you to connect to the other place between life and death. Like when you give life to something, it provides death on the other side, and when you kill, vice versa, right?
Yeah.
And so this person that you heard from the tree is actually your alter ego, your nega actia, to put it in like Scott Pilgrim terms.
Yes, that's a
and
language
so
I understand.
There we go. I can't think of anyone better to play Nega Actia than you.
Yeah.
So for this next scene, it's going to be weird, but I was wondering if you could play your alter ego coming into the room, who obviously hates you because you're like them, but not.
I'm not gonna lie, when we were talking about what enemies we have, I was literally about to make a joke being like, haha, well, Tia's worst enemy would just be herself.
Yes! Oh man, that's perfect. See, it all works out.
Yeah, no, that would be brilliant. I have to take off my blanket though, because I cannot be cozy and do this. It's just, the vibe does not fit.
This is true. Yeah. Like Actia is cozy. Mega Actia is not cozy at all.
No, she's a bitch.
If Actia
There you
is
go.
the rose, Nega Actia is the thorns.
Very much so.
Yes.
Am I doing both?
Yeah. You were playing yourself, and you were playing Nega
Cool.
Actia.
I'll
so
put
it's
my
going to be...
DM hat half on then. Multiple people at once.
Yeah, like
Let's go.
tip it.
Yeah.
Just tip it.
My players.
All right. And scene.
So yeah, I think, well, firstly, I think the best way to differentiate it is just the glasses. For sure. Which I know is so classic, but I think she just kind of steps out from behind the tree like she's always there, whilst Tia's hand is just holding the paper, and she says, "What are you doing? We need that. Stupid bitch, it helps us keep motivated. Now you need to put that down, otherwise you're going to get in trouble. You don't want that, do you?"
I'm sorry.
Kind of looks... Hmm?
You just called my cousin a stupid bitch.
Because she is. You think that?
Far from it.
Oh, honey. No.
We don't think that at all.
You can't tell what I
You-
think, but I can tell what you think.
Really? A
Um,
half-breed who's a disgrace to the family? You want to tell me what's wrong? She thinks it too. Kind of nudges over.
This is funny. Eris is going to use their psychic abilities to cripple Nega Actia, like shooting pain to the point that, like, you know when you get a migraine and it blinds you?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what Eris is doing.
Yes, I'm a glasses user.
Yeah, like
yeah. No.
you know the struggle.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah,
go ahead and roll. Oh.
Get fucked.
Do it. Do it.
So that would use my psychic. 17.
Do I have to roll anything?
Yes. No.
Okay,
so
good.
you are. I have your sheet and stuff like that. So you are taking mental consequence or mental damage. Nega Actia now has this it's like their head is on fire, or their brain is being poked by a Twizzler.
I think they're gonna reach out and touch the tree that Tia was just speaking to, and just basically do their best to absorb its life force to kind of like give themselves power, because they're technically from the other plane. So if they take life from something from here, they're only gonna get stronger.
Yes. All right, go ahead and roll Actias.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna use my darkest color dice because she's evil. Oh, I rolled like garbage. That's a 2 and a 1, and then I guess, yeah, 5 and yeah. So that's like 7. That's like 10. 10. It's not good.
There's some life converted, but it's very slow. It's like molasses
no.
pouring in. And for Faye, Nega Actia just touched the tree, and you see it starting to wither a little bit of burnt on the side where Nega Actia is touching.
This is very weird, and I do not like it. I guess she's gonna kind of bring up the bat and like walk towards the body on the floor and be kind of like, this feels weird. This is like, worst case scenario is having sex with your clone. Second worst case is having to murder it. This is very uncomfortable. Just gonna kind of look to the others and be like, do I have to do this?
Keen's nodding.
Oh, okay. She will take a crack at it. Just take a crack down at herself, I guess. Kill your double.
Do it.
You're gonna try to beat
it,
yourself with
do
a.
it.
Do it. Roll
Yeah. I mean,
You can
speaking
do
as someone who
it.
grew up with self-esteem issues, personally, I'm finding this real cathartic.
it. Yay.
Oh shit! I rolled an 11, a nat 11.
Nice.
And then
Ooh.
14. 14.
All right. Describe beating the shit out of your other self.
Yeah, I think as she kind of raises the bat, she's kind of like trembling and starts crying a little bit. And the other one kind of looks up at her with like black blood pouring out of the corner of its mouth and just kind of smiles and is like, you know, you want to feel the rush. Come on. And then she just starts like hysterically crying while beating the crap out of this until there's just like this bloodied, mangled shape on the floor. And she's very much like, I feel like this has traumatized me more. I don't like it. Yeah, it is. She's just like, oh, I need to, and just, she's gonna go have a little vom in the corner, I think. Little anxiety vom.
Okay. Give me your glasses, I'll clean them.
Do you need a back pat?
Yeah.
You
just
okay.
Grab the hair.
Liz is gonna come over and just like kind of rub her back while she's having just like a nice.
Yeah. Little stress bomb. Okay, and then it's like it's a bit in
pat it out.
You know, James Woods Hades, where he's like, okay, I'm fine, I'm good.
I'm good, I'm cool. How's my hair?
Yeah.
Give you your glasses back.
Yeah.
It's gonna be okay.
You okay there?
Yeah. Okay. That sucked. I think you might, I hope, maybe. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, if you have evil alter egos of yourself to kill, this reflects really poorly on me and what's going on up here.
That was really upsetting to watch, but I'm glad you did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad that she was different enough that we could tell you apart.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm gonna go and like put my hand on what's left of the body and just be like, I'm really sorry you were so mean. Some people must have hurt you real bad. That sucks. And I'm gonna try and make the tree better.
Excellent. You make the tree better. It kind of blooms and more apples grow from its leaf things. Yeah, I know trees. You could almost see Lady Anna Maria behind one of the tulips going, yes, and she scurries away.
With her being as tall as she is, I imagine that just being a lot to behold.
Yeah, it's the like flower is like really only a foot up, and she's like 10 feet trying to hide behind. Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's that scene from a Christmas Carol where it's like, ha, come in and know me better, man. I'm going to look in on you.
Exactly.
Next room.
Although I want to come back here and talk to more of these plants because they seem like they know how to have a good time.
We'll do it on the way out after you become a vampire.
We'll do a circuit.
Whatever it is you're gonna do. Yeah, sure.
I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah, my body's gonna return to the earth one day.
Oh yes, that was much more profound than. We should go to the next room.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's not speak of that again.
We will never speak of this again. I opened the door to the next room.
So I think that's up the stairs.
Yeah, up the stairs, down the hallway. You open up the door, and there is a giant castle, much like the one that you're in, but it's a bouncy house castle. Inside of it are little Barbie dolls, Ken dolls, all of the those types of dolls, plastic and such. Each one naked and it's kind of like just in large piles within the bouncy house.
I don't look at Lilith. I feel like this is a Lilith room.
I feel like this is a Lilith room.
I don't think you are in a bouncy house.
You are delightfully childlike.
but I don't live in a bouncy house.
No.
Wish we lived in a bouncy
No,
house.
you don't.
Lady Anne Marie, I'm offended. I'm offended by what this is suggesting.
You
What is it suggesting?
feel something.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Lilith, you feel like something cold on the back of your neck. And you see her long fingers kind of wrapped around your neck with the claws kind of intertwined in front of your face. And her face gets really close to yours from behind, and she's kind of very. It's obviously, for those watching, it's hurting her back to like bend down this much. It's very awkward for her.
That doesn't look comfortable, Lady Anna Maria.
Do you not like
How
it,
do you
Lilith?
breathe?
It's fine, but I feel like you're suggesting that I live in a bouncy house.
If you were not a child in detention, I would throw you, and then step on you, and then throw you again.
Well,
Are we clear?
that's not the case. And if that weren't the case, I likely would not be in a bouncy house right now, would I?
All fair points. Try to enjoy it, Lilith. I worked all
Fine.
night last night making this.
Oh my goodness, did you... Oh, Lady Anna Maria, I apologize. I didn't Did you blow this up yourself?
No, I had someone else blow it up. I don't have air to pump into this thing. It was more so the, those muscly individuals. You place their lips on it and you just kind of squeeze and the air comes out and fills the thing.
Well, that's a relief. You had me worried there for a second. All right, well, I'll try to enjoy it. I'm sorry, I was ungrateful back there.
It's fine. You're growing. You're changing. You're bound to make mistakes.
Change is hard.
She pats your head
Thank you, thank you.
and then
I
bursts
guess I
into
live in a
bats.
bouncy house then. I guess I live in a bouncy house.
So we're looking for
You should-
Lilith's.
Also gonna just drop down into a cross-legged thing and just like boing, 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 boing.
Yeah, like stepping into the bouncy house, you see like a bouncy hallway that leads into a 1920s bouncy kitchen.
Can Eris walk around the bouncy castle?
Yeah, it's
Is
much
Meg-
smaller from the outside than it is on the inside.
Is Nega Lilith there?
You don't see a Nega Lilith. What you do see is through the window, peering at you in the kitchen. Since you're looking on the outside, Eris, you see a very large Ken doll, whose eyes look like they've been burnt, and so part of the plastic is melting down the cheeks. Preparing some sort of meal, sitting at the table. Are several imitations of Lilith in like Barbie form. It's like someone took a Barbie doll and tried their hardest to make it look like Lilith.
Oh no!
And these are
Fuck
very
this nightmare.
large. These are very large Barbies. They're about the size of you, while the floor is covered with like these tiny Barbies. So every step is kind of like these things fly up in the air a little bit.
Lilith is gonna make her way into the kitchen. When she sees this, she's gonna be like, no, I don't like it. Mm-mm. No, this is no
I
good.
do it behind cousin hug.
Well, this is upsetting. I'm going to admit this to everyone.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, it's not
kind of
great.
the point.
Are you realizing things
Not
about
great.
yourself?
Well, I look great as a Barbie. But I don't know what
Yes,
the deal is with this
that's
guy.
great.
She's going to go over to the Ken doll.
Did you ever date a guy named Ken?
I've dated a lot of people, Keen. And she's just going to poke the Ken doll. Hey, what you making there?
Oh, well, Lilith. It's good to see you here. Why don't please take a seat at my table?
Okay.
I'm making you something fresh and nice.
No.
And she's just gonna like kind of push the Liliths out of the chairs and just sit down. And when she sits in the chair,
yeah, one of them's like flops. Yeah, and everything's bouncy. Those.
So
and you brought your family.
Yeah, they're all here. And armed
Are
to
you
the
sure
teeth.
we are?
Just
We are ready for
that.
We're ready for that place in our relationship.
You know, fast worker, moving fast. Time's a ticking.
I'm glad you like
don't
it
have a lot of
fast
time in this
because
magic house.
this meal will be done soon. And he pushes the other Liliths out of their chairs. It's like, please.
Okay.
Family of Lilith. Please sit down.
That's you guys. You're family of me.
Yep. Sit down.
Yep. So hey, buddy. What are your
Hello?
intentions with our cousin?
That's a good
Honestly,
question.
since I first saw her, I felt it like, I don't know, a swelling of emotions.
Oh,
Where my heart would be. I look at her and there's a physical and a emotional response, a mental response as well, a sort of cracking of electricity through my brain.
that's a lot to deal with there.
It is.
Yeah.
Lilith, you are a lot to deal with in the most best of ways.
And how long have you known Lilith?
Yes, that's
Like
a good
in
question.
person?
Very good question.
Well, to be frank, my relationship first started with the other, living inside Lilith, kind of bouncing about through the centuries.
Oh no.
But then, when I discovered Lilith, I couldn't help myself. It was like seeing the sun for the very first time.
Okay. Well, I asked these questions like, are you going to, ask for consent?
That's a good question.
For
That's
marriage?
a very good.
Yes, this
sorry,
whole
children.
reason that we... What?
Ghost children.
The
I have
whole
ghost
reason.
children. I'm a single mother of ghost children.
And I accept that of you, really. This whole meeting was for me to meet your family and to receive their blessing so that you and I could be wed.
Oh, I see. Well, that's just great.
I nudge Lilith very hard in the ribs when she says that is just great.
And he will bend and pull out a meatloaf from the oven and sets it down. It bounces.
Oh, is that for the cure? Is that's not people loaf, is it? I don't eat people loaf.
I'm glad you asked that.
No,
Honestly, we
it's-
were all thinking the same thing.
Why would I have people loaf? No, this is a concoction of your favorite items, your the things that tantalize your mouth, the things you like to roll your tongue over. the amazing taste that burst. I'm sure you will love it. I looked up a recipe after scrolling through their life story, and then finally came across it. It was quite delightful.
Oh, and Lilith is gonna look at Actia. An online recipe. Oh,
Yeah, I'm worried
well,
it's your
that's weird.
animals.
And Lilith is gonna turn back to the Kindle. Are you my animals?
No, the meatloaf.
Oh no. Are you about to feed me my exes? That's rude.
Not unless you want to. It's really just ground beef and such. There's a local store,
Oh.
kind of from local
Oh,
farmers and
relief.
such that I went to.
So Keen
Local
will
store.
attempt to stand up as not gracefully
Yeah,
as possible because you can't love Lilith. Because if you loved Lilith, you would know that she is vegan every day except for Saturdays, and it is Thursday.
It's true.
I do
Lilith
not
stand up
grip
and
my
knock his chair back.
blessing.
Very polite little clap for Keen from here.
It's
I
true.
just wanted her to like me. I feel I have failed her in such a way. Oh God, what have I become?
Well, there. Wait, Kenneth, it's okay. She's gonna come around and
Kenneth.
put her hand on his plastic arm. Kenneth, listen, maybe we should just start over somewhere, less far along than marriage.
Start over, and what about all the memories that we've had? The moments shared? I can't just toss them away.
I'm gonna be real with you. While you're wearing this Ken doll body, I don't recognize you. It looks very different than. No, it's okay. You just look very
No.
different right now.
No, I see now our love cannot be.
Okay, that's. And she's just gonna like pat his Ken hand. Yeah, we've got some rooms to look at. This house is very bouncy, but it's also very nice. And you seem very nice. Do you want to come with us? Do you want to come with us? You want to come with us, buddy?
Come with you. I
You want to
would
come with us, buddy?
love that. Yes, I would. Take
Oh,
me
that's so nice.
to your domicile, Lilith. I will be the best to you.
Cannot have another roommate. Jesus Christ.
There's plenty of room under my bed. Do you want to come stay in my room?
You probably could use a co-parent, actually.
It's true. The ghost children are getting out of hand. They go on the walls a lot.
I don't know if I'm ready to be a father, but I can be husband.
Well, let's start off by being roommates and see where it goes.
Excellent. Sorry, something in my throat.
Yeah, that seems fine. That seems not to bode ill at all. All right, well let's go. And we have some other rooms to look at, and we can have more conversation about this later. Discount Gritty makes
Excellent.
a wonderful cider.
Let me prepare my things, and I will meet you when it's all over.
Okay. Well, don't fall over. This house is very bouncy. And so she's just gonna like kind of bounce her way out.
Once all the cousins are out of the bouncy house, Eris is gonna take the melty acid and throw it like a Molotov cocktail at Ken, and just turn around, shut the door, and like lock it with a spell, so that then Ken gets to burn an acid.
That sounds fair. Go ahead and roll.
Oh shit.
Whilst this is
I've
happening, I
got
think
enough
T is
on
very
your
much. T is like to
I've got
Lilith. I
enough
feel
on
like
your
this
head.
was about you saying no.
$14.
Excellent. You throw it, lock the door. As you leave, you see the hand of Kenneth against the bouncy window, his face pressed against the glass like as his face elongates and starts to melt against the bouncy glass, and then there's
Raiders
no
of the
more.
Lost Ark style.
Mm-hmm. Just like a little bit of
Yeah.
smoke coming from the chimney. Smelling of burnt hair and flesh. A smell that we all know very well.
Was there anything in
Lilith?
the Ken outfit, the Ken suit, anything inside of there that we saw?
The actual Ken, like in his...
Yeah, was it like driving him like a Kenneth suit? Kenneth vehicle?
You'd
Or
have
was
to
it more
go
of like
inside and
a living doll kind of situation?
you'd have to go inside and see.
Okay.
What's
We'll
left
be
of
back.
Ken.
Eris is not letting you inside.
Yeah, well, you
Find
know
the
what?
chocolate
That's
center.
a problem for later. That's a problem for later. Yes.
That's a future Lilith problem.
Yeah, that certainly won't come back to haunt us at all.
So
Fine.
you really need to stop inviting things to come live with us.
We have our own house.
You can say no and people will still like you.
It's
But
true.
we have our own house.
How lonely
Ma'am.
were you?
I mean, it's not that bad because none of the animals talk back to me or anything. It's like having a whole tribe of servants. I would suggest trying it sometime. And she's just gonna start like going toward the next room.
I look at Tia and just go, I don't think she's learning anything from this.
No, I think this is unfortunately one of the situations where we're going to have to apply tough love.
Excellent.
Okay. Alright, next room. I'm dreading this. Because it's
One
down to
about.
me and Eris, and it's gonna get weird.
Neither of those are going to be good. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Going through the door,
Here,
you
at least
step
y'all can
back
tell the
into...
difference.
Go ahead, Eris.
Say again?
At least y'all can tell the difference between Lilith and Actia's evil personas. With me, you're fucked.
You guys step back into your domicile, the common room.
Oh.
There is sitting around the table Lilith, Keen, Actia, each one without a face, kind of mumbling to each other. And spooning porridge onto their faceless faces.
That's what my hair looks like from the back.
Yeah, it's quite dreadful.
This is awful.
I mean, this is an
I don't
error
like any of this.
situation, right? Because we're...
Yeah, we're at the table.
Mm,
I'm guessing so, but I'm also confused as to how it's me.
let's go to your room and find out.
Let's not.
Let's do it.
I think evil me will come here. This is where we are.
But wouldn't
Going-
evil you know that
going
you
in-
think that and then not do it just to spite you?
No, evil me would want us to go into my room where all my chemicals are.
Yeah, so they wouldn't come out here.
Hello?
Yeah, so I'm refusing to go near my fucking room. And Eris is gonna sit on the sofa with her feet up. Like, I will outspite myself.
So, the door opens and you see Eris wearing a sweater vest, blue and white. Hair has been combed back in a very pristine way. There is a book at their side. It appears to be some young adult novel of some sort. There is a bare-chested man holding a flower on the front of it. Wearing what looks like the cutest and fluffiest of socks. They are gerbils at the end of them, kind of gazing out. And Eris, looking upon everyone, says, "Hello, guys! Oh, man, thank you guys for all coming. This is great that you're here."
Tia starts crying.
Oh, no.
Oh,
That's
that's
not good.
weird.
This is everything I ever wanted.
Oh, this is
not
really
real.
uncomfortable.
Actia.
What is fake Eris
like it.
thinking?
I think it works.
Um,
I like the outfit.
It's kind of like concern, and there's a little bit of hesitation seeing fake Eris, which fake Eris believes that you're the fake Eris, and like, you know, fake Eris believes that fake Eris is superior in every way. At least fake Eris is nice to the people around them. There is love back and forth, and looking at you, there's just this coldness. Did you guys want brownies? I made brownies.
Weird. Lilith
Yeah.
turns to Keen.
Hey.
Stop.
Hey, Eris. What's the deal with the other versions of us and not having faces?
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately,
Did
that's
you do
the
that?
best a lady. No. I'm trying to take care of them as best as I can. But it's the best that Lady Anna Maria could provide. But hey.
So I think
Keen,
this is a great opportunity to learn, everyone, make an important distinction that these are not evil versions of us, they're just the opposites. Like an inverse situation.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
No.
It's deeply
I am very
unsettling.
unnerved.
Lilith,
No,
why
no
don't
offense.
you like it? Like,
No faces.
Like, I have brownies. Lilith, I was excited about us going to the different bars, you know, changing some people into animals together. I thought that'd be a lot of fun. Maybe do like a double date, like,
That's
thing,
not how,
you know?
That's not how Eris talks. I don't like it. And Lilith is just gonna go over to actual Eris and just start like pawing at at their sleeve. I don't like that one.
Can I look at fake Eris and ask them, hey, what do you think about your dad?
Well, to be honest, I patched things up with that a couple months ago.
I hand real Eris my bat.
Eris walks to their room.
Where are you going?
They go into their room just to see what it looks like, to see if any of like their chemicals or anything would be there.
Everything, it feels like you, but just everything's organized, and there's photos of Lilith and Keen and Actia. There's lots of like together photos with you guys doing like peace signs and such.
Eris starts looking through the different chemicals.
What are you looking
And
for specifically?
they're gonna find a few vials of something that they call Forget-Me-Not.
Do you have them?
I believe they would. And they're gonna go back to their cousins. Before anything's decided. Do you guys trust me?
Yes. Much to my chagrin.
Sure.
Eris.
I know I
would
trust you
pour out-
guys completely.
Eris would pour out three equal measures of the potion.
Okay.
Drink this for me.
If I die, I'm coming back to haunt you.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah. Second weirdest thing I've drunk
And then-
today.
The potion's basically to make them forget the way that they see Eris. So then they have to choose between the two of them. Without any, preconceived notion as to which one's the real Eris. They don't remember how Eris acts with them. So now Eris and the fake Eris are both sitting there.
Oh God. You're
We'll
genius,
see who
but also
chooses.
this is terrible.
Yeah.
Sorry, what are we choosing?
Eris looks over at Eris like, what a good idea. Oh, we are so smart.
What are we doing? Oh, my head feels weird.
Why are there two of you?
Whoa.
Which of us
that's
would
weird.
you
Why do you
rather
look so...
be your cousin?
Yeah.
Hmm.
We can both fill the role, and honestly, I really appreciate just being with you guys and supporting you through your life for the next couple of years. It's just brownies. Let me go get them. And
Hang
they
on,
get
hang on,
up and
before you
go
do.
to the oven.
But
Yes.
before you, can you hear me from over there? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which one of you can answer? Which one of you can answer this? How do you make a dead baby float?
it would
2
float
scoops of ice cream and a
naturally.
dead baby.
Oh, jeez.
That was.
I'm gonna go stand...
quite funny.
I'm gonna go stand next to real Eris.
Yeah, I'm like, yep. I like somebody who will call me on my bad jokes.
I think as much as awesome as you seem, Eris, I would feel deeply insecure if I was around you all the time. This person makes me feel a lot better about myself, so I'm sticking with this Eris.
Hold on, you placing the brownies at the table. I've done all I can. You would prefer them who wait because they make you feel better in comparison?
Lilith
Yes.
is just going to be is going to get real close to the other Eris and be like, why are you trying so hard? Why are you trying so hard? Why are you trying so hard?
Exactly. That's my thing.
Why are you trying so hard? It's making me uncomfortable.
Because I
And then just kind of,
genuinely care.
Scooting, just floating backward.
Yeah, other Eris
It
is
makes me
going over to
uncomfortable!
Eris like, why would you want to be with people who enjoy you because by comparison it makes them feel better?
Even without their memories, they chose me. Doesn't that destroy you inside?
Oh, we're
You just
definitely
want to be
related.
loved. You are so desperate to be chosen. And even when my cousins don't remember which of us is the real one, they'd still rather have me. The one that is hated by the rest of the family. That must kill you inside. And Eris is just gonna walk out.
It does.
And I follow.
Sorry, you seem really nice. Bye.
Lilith is gonna
Take
like
care
be
of
the last
Eris.
one out, and she's just gonna like, just like fuck.
Yeah, and then other Eris, fake Eris explodes from the inside out, and bits of them like fly everywhere. Like a bit of the hand like just flops onto Keen, faceless Keen's porridge,
And then just.
Real Eris would give all of the cousins a very quick hug.
Oh, neat.
And then just walk to hopefully the final room as if nothing had happened.
Eris, never do that again. I don't like it.
Do what? Oh
Exactly.
yeah, and their memories would come back. It was like a temporary thing. They were not doing that like permanent memory erasure.
That would be with the baseball bat.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh man, that means
What
the last one's my room.
Dun 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 dun.
I haven't set anything on fire yet. I'm still down
doing
for
so
fire.
good.
You burned something though. I feel like that's okay.
You did.
That was acid. It's
I was
different.
technically not involved.
But acid burns.
Yup.
Approaching
So
the
yeah.
the last door comes up, a metal door with a metal handle.
Clearly this is my stop. I turn the handle.
The burst
Embrace
of light
myself.
comes from the room, and we'll end there. At the burst of light. And then next time, we will find out what mystery is behind the door. And Keen's own personal hell.
Mitch, you're evil.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Now I gotta worry about this for a whole week.
Yay!
Yeah. Well...
It's gonna be Spider Steve.
Oh,
It's just
fucking
Spider Steve. The Evil League.
Spider
That's
Steve
fine.
in like a hydraulic spider,
mix.
like in Wild Wild West. Yeah.
It should be like a hydraulic
find me with a
regular
good time.
person.
Oh, amazing.
All right, everyone. So we're going to do a quick round robin of where you can find these amazing cast members. I have been Penny for a Tale, going over to Rocket Fox. Go!
Yes, I am Rocket Fox. You can find me over on my channel. You can pretty much look up Rocket Fox anywhere, and there I will be, lurking in the dark. And I do have a podcast called Fantastically Strange. If you like weird science and history stuff, it is for you. And that's pretty much where I am these days. So come see me. Come hang out. It's fun.
Resident Moon! Who has to wait a
You
week?
can find me and all of my stuff at resonantmoon.com. You can also find me on most of the social medias as Resonant Moon. You can hear my podcast at bit.ly/Weaver's Circle. And you will get to hear my interviews with all of our GMs from this season. So it's a pretty good time. And if you want to see some character antics, you can follow us on TikTok. I am spence.resonant.moon on TikTok, and we have done some cousins duets today and last week, so it's a pretty good time.
Excellent. And Almost Faye.
Hi, I am Almost Faye if you're nasty. And you can find me on the 3 T's of the internet at Almost Faye. So that is Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok at Almost Faye. And you can also find me on the Fae Realm, which is a new TTRPG community where we are having our coming out in Gaypro Gala this weekend. It is TTRPG community run by a bunch of LGBTQIA2+ folks that is hopefully going to be creating a safe place for LGBTQIA2+, BIPOC, and individuals of marginalized genders to have a place to interact with the TTRPG community. So this weekend we're having our big official kickoff, and we're calling it Coming Out in April because it's April.
Yay, April!
Yeah. So yeah, you can catch me there, and I hope to see you guys there. And I think that's all for just
Definitely.
now.
Heck yeah. All right. Am or Nega Am.
Boy, oh
however you
boy.
wanna be.
If you like queer TTRPGs, do I have the podcasts for you? We have just dropped the first episode of season 3 of my podcast, A Rendezvous with Destiny. We've nearly been going. Our year anniversary will actually be, I think, the last episode of Morra as well, which is very exciting. But yeah, our podcast is about 3 young women who are either chosen or sired by gods from the myths and legends that are now real. I play the daughter of Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, and we've just woken up in Asgard with a colossal hangover after partying with some of the Aesir. It's very good fun. Our GM has made Loki basically an NPC party member, and we're going into the void to chase up Yggdrasil, the World Tree, and try and free Fenrir. I also have another podcast called Deck of Many Aces, which is an actual play podcast run by actual asexuals. We usually play 5e. However, because our GM had some technical difficulties, our episode next week is going to start a 2-week run of The Witch is Dead, GM'd by yours truly. You want to see me run a game? You should come listen. It's very fun. I took a leaf out of Mitch's book and I got very gory and spooky. Faye, I make the Maggie Thatcher joke within the first 5 minutes of recording. Don't worry.
Fuck. I'm glad.
We got you.
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
But yeah, that's super fun. I'm really excited because it's only like the 2nd or 3rd thing I will have like run publicly. So I'm excited for everyone to judge my GM skills. But you can find that
awesome.
at
We'll
RWD Thank you. You can find it at RWD_pod for Rendezvous with Destiny, which is a mythology-based game, and at Deck of Many Aces for The Witch is Dead and other 5e shenanigans. I'm here. That's it.
Awesome. So everyone, please stick around for Parslings, which will be in about 6 minutes. A lot of stuff is going to happen there, so definitely stay around for that. Otherwise, it has been my pleasure. I have been Penny for a Tale, and without further ado than the Lily, we are off.
These are the tales we weave. Tales of magic, tales of mystery, tales exploring the beyond. And while we continue to grow, even more adventures await. In the depths of the unknown. Will you join us in the telling?